What is virtual in C sharp? If you are interested to see the same video in Hindi, link is in the video description. All right. So in the previous video, we are going in a C sharp video series. We are going to learn about the generics and other stuff. But in the parallel, we must require basic knowledge about the virtual and the overriding, overloading, so we can go further with the generics, right? So overriding is basically a part of a polymorphism, we can say that, because polymorphism has a two types: static polymorphism and the dynamic polymorphism. Now static polymorphism implemented with method overloading, while the dynamic polymorphism is implemented by method overriding. So going further and learn and deep dive in polymorphism, we must require basic knowledge of a overriding. So to learn the overriding, let me just create a class. Let's say a student, and this student class has a two property. So let me just do it quickly. The ID, and same way property string with the name. Same way, I'm going to inherit this student, student class inside the. Let me just rephrase it. This is the subject class, and this is the student class. And student class basically inherit the subject class, right? Here inside this parent class, I do have a method. Let's say public, and this method is basically return integer value, and the method name is a result. And let me just accept the parameter a and return result as a plus some bonus marks, let's say 10 extra marks. So this is the one method. Now imagine that whatever the logic you have written over here inside the parent marks, so this is the parent class, right? Student subject is a parent class. Now when we inherit it in a child class, that means that I am able to use this result class. Now imagine that the child class interested to add some more logic in it. Imagine that the child class is interested to add some more logic in the result class. At that time, what we need to do? So at that time, let's say I want to override a method public override. You can use the keyword. You can write something like this as well, override, and then the intelligence. You can see that it shows me nothing over here, because see, if you are interested to override the result method inside the child class, again I repeat, if you are interested to override the result method inside the child class, you must to make that method as a virtual. Otherwise, it will not show you inside the IntelliSense. Now you can see that the result method is shown inside the IntelliSense inside the child class. Let me just remove it over here and then just again press it, override, control space. You can see that it will not shows me any result method over here. Imagine that you are interested to override the result method which is present inside the parent class. You must have to specify the keyword as a virtual, otherwise you are not able to override it. Now if I select result, that means that now more logic you can apply it over here, right? So now let me return a into 30, let's say. Oh sorry, that means that I am multiplying it with the, let's say, 10, right? So whatever the value I'll pass it, I multiply it and return it to the whenever I call it. So here is my subject class, obj new, and then subject. Fine. Now obj, the both the method will basically return the value. So let me assign it with the obj dot result, pass some value over here, let's say 20, and inside the console dot write line, let me print the method, let's say with the use of a string interpolation, parent class method, and let's say z. So what will happen when this line of a code gets executed? This method will be run and it will give me the output as a 30, right? Now again with the use of a same object, let's say obj dot again result, and here I am passing, let me use this line of a code again, obj result, Oh, sorry. Obj is equal to, first of all I need to create the object of a student class. So student, use the same object and pointing to the student class, obj int z1 equal to obj points to result, and here I am passing again as a 20. Now what will happen, that we imagine that it will return me this method, this result method will pointing to this line number 13. That will be the child class method because we have override it. So this is the parent and this is the child. Okay. So let me just make a debug point over here. This will return 30 and this method will return 200. So let me run it. Place the debug point over here. Debug point on the line number 19 and line number 15. Let me just run this application and we'll see the output. So overriding, that means, let me just, yeah, okay, I have the objects, the quick watch variable over here. See what will happen when this line number 15 gets executed, the parent class method gets called and then it will return the output as the 30. So definitely the z will contain the output as a 30, right? So inside the console it will shows me 30. Now with the use of a same object, if I pointing to which class, the student class result method. Okay. Next, now you can say that now with the, just because of the override, it will basically pointing to the child class, and now it will contain the result as a 200. So this is the beauty of a overriding. See, to perform the overriding inside your parent class, you need to specify virtual keyword, otherwise you are not able to perform the operation of a overriding in a oops concept. So virtual is a part of a overriding. Overriding, it is a part of a polymorphism in which we have a two types, static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. So I hope you like my video series. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much.